Everyone, in this video I'm going to share some information about pizza. And when I say pizza, our mind imagines a beautiful delicious pizza and we would definitely crave for it. Here we are going to see about the physics involved in pizza. First of all, what is pizza? Pizza, we might think that it is an American origin food, but definitely not. It is an Italian origin food. It consists of it is usually of round flat shape and wheat based dough topped with tomatoes, cheese, and various other ingredients that might be vegetables, onions, mushroom, and so on. They are baked at high temperature, traditionally in wood-fired oven, but nowadays they are using metal fire oven. A small pizza, sometimes called as pizzetta. A person who's make a pizza is called as pizzaiolo. Here, whenever we buy a pizza, we might think why round pizza is coming in a square box. But we just ignore it because we just wanna taste the pizza. But here is the reason. When a pizza maker stretches out a lump of dough, they toss it in the air and use circular motion with their hands and feet to elongate the shape. So it becomes round in shape. To say it in more scientific terms, we can call it as centrifugal force. Yes, the centrifugal force of throwing the dough in the air in a spinning motion causes a circular shape, that is round shape of the pizza. So the round shape of the pizza is due to centrifugal force. We can say it like that. And next is physics involved in pizza. First of all, if you want to get a delicious pizza, there are two important principles. First thing is heat transmission, that is temperature, and the second thing is black body radiation. Any pizza lover knows that contrary to what we would like to believe, not all pizzas are created equal. Because even though we bake it in the same oven, same dough, there will be some difference, and that difference is due to baking. And what are the difference between baking a pizza in a domestic metal oven and baking it in a traditional stone wood fired oven? As I said earlier, traditionally they use wood fired oven and nowadays they are using metal oven, and there are some differences in this also, and we are going to say about that and the physics involved in that. The main physical process occurred during baking is heat transmission, as we all know it, and the heat is transmitted to the pizza through the oven plate and the air. There are three main layers. The first is oven surface, the dough, the toppings. The second law of thermodynamics states that heat always flows spontaneously from a hot to colder one. The amount of speed transmitted heat is transmitted is determined by two properties of bodies involved: their heat capacity and thermal conductivity. The specific heat capacity of a body is the amount of heat required to rise the temperature of a body by 1 degree. For instance, we can take 1 calorie is required to heat 1 liter of water by 1 degree. But heating the same amount of aluminum requires about 1/5 of that, since the heating capacity is lower. Thermal conductivity is the property of a material to conduct heat, as we know this. Metals, for instance, are good heat transmitters, and therefore parts are usually made of metal that conducts the heat of the flame uniformly to the entire part. Stone and wood, in contrast, transmit heat more slowly. So, in stone and wood surfaces, it is possible to find one of the surface hot while the other is colder. Solution to this seems simple. Decrease the temperature in the domestic oven to 230 degrees Celsius to achieve the same interference temperature. This is where the another heating mechanism comes into play, heating by radiation. Hot bodies emit a type of electromagnetic radiation called blackbody radiation. The sun, for instance, emits yellowish light. Hot metal would emit red-orange light, and the human body emits infrared radiation. When we put a pizza into a hot oven, it absorbs radiation from the oven walls around it and emits some of it back. The researchers calculated the absorbed and emitted heat, took into account the heat required for evaporating the water in the pizza dough and some of other ingredients, and showed that baking a thin crust pizza in a stone oven takes 125 seconds. In contrast, baking it in a domestic metal oven takes 170 seconds, providing the temperature at the pizza oven surface interference is the same. For a homemaker, 35 extra seconds is no reason to fret, but for a pizzeria, this would mean extending the baking time by 30%, not to be taken lightly during busy hours. Either way, it appears that a good pizza can also be baked using simple means once the physics of the heat transmission are understood. It is also quite possible that a stone oven has additional contributes beyond the different heat transmission, but these are beyond the scope of this article. One final tip: to prevent the bottom of the pizza from burning and allow its top to continue baking while filled with toppings and vegetables, place it on a rack. This will keep it off the oven floor and allow the radiation to do its job. That's all about the physics involved in pizza, and we are going to see next is physics of eating pizza. And we have to eat pizza in such a way by bending one axis so that you create an rigidity on the other axis. So we have to eat pizza in this manner, and this is called as remarkable theorem from differential geometry. I wonder that we have to eat pizza in such a way, and hereafter I'm going to follow this, and I think you will also follow this. Next, think about pizza. We might think that pizza is totally harmful to our health, but it's definitely not. It also have its good sides. The average size of pizza contains 12 grams of protein. Since protein is necessary for our diet, it is very useful, and it absorbs antioxidant lycopene. And since fresh vegetables are used, it is also good for our health, and it is better for our breakfast. Everything in the world has its own demerits, and demerits of pizza were weight gain, increased risk of heart disease, possibility of worse skin, high chances of stroke, raised blood pressure. So, what I want to say is too much of anything is harmful. So, we should take pizza in a limited way and make ourselves healthy. And I think you would have known some facts about pizza and the physics involved in pizza. And thank you for watching. Thank you.